This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I represent Bahamian people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Right between West and Augusta, where them two roads meet, they call it Wilkinson Street. Manners and respect was like a sign blank check. It seems the ones that coming after quick to disrespect. You see, this life in the ghetto never easy. So many hungry days break till it grieve me. But I doing the best I can, trying to turn my dollar to 100 grand. I represent the ghetto people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Ghetto. Don't take no back talk, no bribe or no joke. If you find fire, you definitely find smoke. Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Bintan, I say up and running. Caliban say my show boy don't ever give in. 7 years of farm and watch the crops them coming. True they see a humble thing, the lion sleeping. But they ain't for no reason. Only God that I believe in, living. Watch them only passion for a season. God bless, I gon' weed them. I represent the ghetto people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan.
All right, good night, Bahamas, and welcome to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I am your host, Valentino Brown, a.k.a. Scoochie or Scrooge, and I have many other names, Governor, MP. I get so many different nicknames. But anyway, our telephone numbers tonight on Guardian Radio are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, and you can text us, powered by BTC, at 422-GR96. I'm the host of the show Inside the Inner City that premieres every Friday at 6:30 to 8 p.m. on Guardian Radio. And, you know, we talk about a whole lot of different topics that concerns people, you know, problems that we need to discuss. Sometimes we need to have a dialogue with persons who are from these particular communities, who are contributing to these, you know, problems that we face in the country today. All right? So this week on Inside the Inner City, we're going to have two wonderful persons, Marcus Love and Princess. They're going to introduce themselves. They have a broadcast I normally see them do on Facebook. I'll let them give some information on their broadcast, but it's good to listen to the different dialogue that happens in the country, especially from those who are experiencing and seeing challenges that are affecting us every day in the country. So before I do that, I want to give a community announcement. We are having an actual second annual Lenahan basketball tournament on Hay Street Park. It's actually McPherson Park on Hay Street. It's going very well. We have about 300 to 400 persons, 300 kids and about 100 persons over age that attend the tournament for the last 8 days. I'm extremely pleased to see how the community itself is allowing neighboring communities like Mason Addition, Bainton, and other communities to participate in the basketball tournament. Everyone is interacting. We had 18, 19 months, 2 years of COVID-19, and now we need to socialize. And right now we are seeing a good amount of socialization going on in the inner city community of Hay Street. I want to give a special thanks to Abel Joseph for being the organizer and the referee and all the Mason administration staff. I want to say special thanks to the Royal Bahamas Police Force that actually, you know, pass through every few minutes to check the neighborhood to make sure that it's safe. They stop, they look at the game, they don't harass nobody, they just go on there, patrol, they swing back, they walk in the park. You know, it's real great to see the interaction, you know, Marcus. it's great to see the interaction of the armed forces, the community, and then Lenahan supporting us through the sponsors they get from around the country.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about, right? We're seeing a network of community development.
Yes.
So I want to let my guests introduce themselves. Ladies first, you know how it go. Ladies first.
Okay. My name is Princess. Okay, nice talking to you guys. Well, I do the podcast with Marcus Love. So
Yes.
it's called Night of Confessions.
Night of Confession.
Yes. So Marcus started it up. He had the idea. That's the brains behind everything. Like he says, when I come, I just be like, okay, I reach. What we got to do, that's it. You do everything else. I reach, and I'm going to talk, and we discuss topics and stuff like that. But you better go ahead, Marcus.
Yes, thank you. It's such a pleasure to be on your show right now. The Inner City, right?
Yes,
that's
Inside the Inner
what it's
City.
called. Yes, Inside the Inner City. Everybody knows me. My name is Marcus Love. And if you don't know me, get to know me, please,
Yes.
because I'm a definitely wonderful person to get to
Definitely.
meet in person. And when it's all said and done, the Night of Confession on Facebook Live was inspired to the situations that I see happening in the inner cities for real, Scrooge. And it was like, hey, these issues need to be addressed, right? So it's like, man, what could I talk about on? I'm like, what platform could I create to bring people together that would actually make people feel comfortable to engage themselves in a conversation? And I came up with Night of Confession, and then I reached out to Princess Love, and we went from there, man. So far, it's been a success.
Wow.
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
And it's good to be creative, I would just like to say this, right now in our country,
Yes,
we have a very serious problem with mental health.
that is true.
Agreed.
We have a lot of persons who look normal,
Yes,
but they are
yes.
not normal.
I quite agree.
And we're going to have a discussion today. We're also going to talk about the marital rape.
Yes.
And we
Okay.
have a wonderful lady in studio, so we
Yes.
want to hear the side.
All right.
But we also want to hear from the man's side, because
Right.
the men right now are being held to a higher standard, and we're feeling that hey, women also need to improve
Yes, yes.
in this matter, because it's not a one-way thing. But
That is
in order
true.
for us to have a dialogue, we need persons who have that, mindset,
Yes.
who ready to
Yes.
have a good conversation.
Yes, agreed.
Marcus, last week you called in.
Yes.
And when you called in, you made a good amount of reference to a lot of stuff we're talking about. And a lady and a gentleman also called in.
Right.
And they made some very valid points. And so today I said, you know what? Let me have my friend come in and let him bring
appreciate this, man.
Yes.
someone with him.
Yes.
At least your broadcast friend, because
Yes.
I watch you guys. Don't think I
Yes.
don't watch them.
Thank
all right?
you, thank you.
Yeah, I do
Appreciate
watch
it.
because it make a lot of sense.
Okay.
We just can't be sitting in the studios doing our own thing and being
Yes.
so selfish.
Yes.
We need
Exactly,
to support others.
exactly.
Okay, that's what
Yes,
it's
man.
about right
Agreed.
now.
We appreciate this opportunity.
Definitely.
Yeah, just like how the police is working with us in the
Yes,
history
which is a
basketball
really big
tournament.
thing.
We have
Yes.
Lenahan assistant,
Yes.
then we have the
Yes.
community residences.
Yes.
And
I see you busy. You
yeah, I'm
busy.
busy. I'm doing about 20 or 30 different projects right now. Yeah, 20 or 30
Pays
different
off, though.
projects.
And you still have to
Yes.
address the nation.
Yeah.
And that's even powerful.
Yeah. So, okay. Last week we were talking about marital rape. And we had a discussion on it. And then I made a point where a caller also mentioned the fact he was stating, he was backing up what I was saying. And I was saying, like, no, for me, I don't think no man in a marriage should ever force herself, whether it's his girlfriend or his wife, because I wouldn't want a woman who ain't want me.
Agreed.
All right, let me just say,
agreed.
first of all, let me just say that, because it's not the same of going with that person who you love sexually and love and care,
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, to forcefully put myself on somebody who's a female, whether she's my girlfriend or wife, and
Yes,
she said she's
yes.
not in the mood, no, it can't happen in my book, whether we're married or not.
Agreed.
But I'm saying we have to establish, if this happened in the marriage, we have to establish without a reasonable doubt that this man can be convicted for this crime. Because we got to understand they're married. And the oath of marriage protects that person. You see, so it's not a fact about the rape. It's a fact that how can we prove that Marcus
Yes.
raped
Rape,
Miss Love
exactly,
while she living
exactly.
in the same house?
Yes,
Right.
You
yes.
see, so I'm not for the rape at all.
I'm
like
not
I
in
state,
conversation. Yes.
yeah. So I wanna. We're just gonna start off with this.
Okay.
So let me hear from you, Miss Love,
Okay.
Princess Love.
Princess Love. Let me hear from you.
Okay. Well, me, like you were saying, you can't just, because it comes from a lot of points, like how people say it's two sides to every story, you know. So I wouldn't just automatically be like, oh, that's rape, you know, when you're married, like you said. And then also, too, I think women have to realize, because I know I've had conversations with my female friends, and you have the habit of, it's like sex is a treat. You know, so it's like, oh, I'm not getting what I want and stuff like that. So if I'm not getting what I want from you or I'm upset with you or whatever, that's a treat. So you're on punishment for like a week or something. I'm not giving you any. Even if you ask, I'm not giving it to you, which I feel is not right. You know, it's not right because you didn't take a vow. You stand before God. That's your husband.
Right.
You know, better or worse, you know, things like that. So unless it's something dire to where, okay, I'm so tired, babe, I had a long day. And then that's where it comes into play, the person that you're married to. Because I would say it's about being selfish. Like, you would have to be selfish to know that I don't feel well or I haven't had a good day, I'm tired. And then you still want to come, you know, hump up. That takes energy for you to come lay up on me and stuff like that.
Man who you're married to rape you.
You see, we can't say that because guess what? I could be tired. Watch it. I could be tired and I come home. Listen, that has nothing to do with it. I come home from work. I'm tired. I didn't pick the kids up from school. I had to get them ready this morning. I had to do breakfast, all these things because y'all think we're super. No. Listen to me.
Okay.
I'm letting you know. After I do all these things and I come home to my husband and I said, you know, baby, I ain't gonna lie, tired. Or catch me, catch me in the next hour. Let me catch myself first. And if I say that, and he still forces himself on me, you know, yes, do it. You're raping me.
A man can't tell you all no.
You're raping me.
If you say, honey, I want some. Okay.
Listen to what
If a man tell you,
go ahead,
honey, I want some. No. If you ask him for some and he says no, you know what you can say? Oh, you cheating.
That's not true. Depend on his reasoning. That's not true. If I know a man is working hard and I know you're working hard, I would say you're a hard-working man. That's why I'm saying I'm not automatically telling you no. You know what I'm saying is, babe, I had a busy day. Give me give me some time to rest a little. Let me catch myself because you should think about the other person's need. As my husband, I'm gonna think about your needs. Yeah. Like I know my husband's tired. Or it's as simple as when you go then mow the lawn. I'm not going to stress you about it if I know you're tired and you're working hard. So it's the same thing with sex. So it'd be like, give me some time. Now, not where every little minute now you telling me no. Then I might have to, when you go to sleep and I know you I'm trying to get some of that. You can't do that to me now. So, you can't tell me no all the time.
So, okay. Great point. Marcus, I'm coming to you right now. So I want to hear from the female side if this is fair. Okay. I normally believe, me personally as a young man, I feel that if you're in a relationship, I don't think a woman should wash, clean, pick up the kids and do all this stuff. I think a relationship is built where we do this together. Some days I go pick up the kids, some days you cook, some days I clean. And the most important part, this is my opinion, right? This is my opinion in order to have a stable relationship. Because we tend to say, I used to breadwinner.
Yeah.
Breadwinner.
Right.
Yes.
Me, I work and I making $2,000. So when I come home from work, I used to man, all right? This is what is lead to men taking advantage of women in some cases. Okay? They're the breadwinner or whatever it is coming, right? He comes home, he make $2,000. He gives his wife, what, $1,200, $1,300. He expects for her to wash, clean, do all this stuff, right? So, and it's leading by example with instead of uplifting his wife and helping her to establish herself as a businesswoman or etc. And we learn to be 50-50. I feel that if it was this way where we have a mutual understanding that even though you're the bread, whatever, bringing in the money, right? At the same time, hey, have respect for me because even though you're the breadwinner, you come home demanding stuff from me. You want me cook, you want me clean, you want me do this, you want me do this, and this is something that I'm not for. I'm saying this because I feel a relationship should be. I could go to the laundry.
Yes.
I could go to the laundry on a Saturday, right? I could iron the clothes. I could wash my wife's panties or my girlfriend's panties and go to the wash house. I could go in the food store and buy her personal, and stuff like that. She don't need to.
Agreed.
You know, these things that men are not accustomed to doing, but I feel that if you're in a relationship, this is what saves the relationship.
Yes,
and
definitely.
what makes the relationship more stronger is the fact that, hey, we're 50-50.
Right.
My wife, she needs a car. You know what we do? We say, take the pressure off the man and take the need for him to believe he's the head with all the money. So you know what, honey, how much you making this month? And you say, well, baby, I think I'll be able to pull in with $3,000. And you say, baby, well, I getting paid. So let's plan for the next 6 months. We can save up to get your car together.
Exactly.
Right. Okay?
Exactly.
Right.
Then when it's the husband turn and he needs a car, let's do the same thing. See, this takes away the fact of self-control and understanding that we are family. So we all be equal in a relationship. That's all I have to say about it. We get a caller. They've been calling for a little while, so we're going to hear what they got to say.
Let's hear the caller. Let's hear the caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Good evening, Mrs. Coochie and your guest.
Thank you. Good evening.
How y'all doing?
We're wonderful.
Well, I'm glad that you are putting Coochie in your place, especially a lady. As it relates to woman.
Why she put me in my place? She wasn't talking to me.
she's addressing the nation. Yeah.
What woman needs.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hey. But the truth is, when you're tired, right? Say you go in the bed, right? When you're tired, that's the best time of sex. I with you.
Sometimes I want to play sleep so you can tap me and we'll be over.
Preach.
So you can freely like arrive, or what they say, not a word, right? In the time of bed.
Yes.
But this is what I want to bring to your attention.
Yes, sir.
The truth is, this is the truth. A man body and a woman body, when they get married, they agree to be one body.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes, we agree.
And if they in agreement, according to the pastor, put the water over them.
And by the law.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And by law. And by God.
Yeah. And
3 things, not one.
One flesh. That means if you tired or you have a reason why you don't want me to touch you, that means that you just, like the lady say, check, or like you say, Scoochie, you checking another man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, why you don't want me to touch you?
But she stayed. But what if she is making chores, like she's doing all the washing, she's doing all the kids pickup, she's working and all this stuff, and the man is just the bread. What it go winner
Yes.
in the family? You don't think that should have an effect on the woman? Because most of us as men say, we're gonna go to work and we're gonna give her all the money.
Come on now, Scoochie.
No, brother, we talking naturally.
Baby woman. Nah, you be with baby woman. You think this baby woman tell you better go carry the touch and carry your clothes to the washer. You think they can tell us carry the clothes to the washer? You think they can tell us wash the dishes? I don't behave a woman.
Well, some do.
Some do.
You can't say it's all.
You think behaving a woman is plain?
Like I said, no, I'm saying this is a discussion we're having now. In order for us to better the country and understand the problems we face in the country.
Exactly.
But my thing is, I feel if you get to know, think about it. If you get to know your partner, if you know your partner on a level, when you're talking about marriage, that's not a play thing. So if we're married, I know you on a level to where if I'm tired, yeah, baby, yeah, you tired, because like I'm saying, any other time you're getting it. So if there's 1 or 2 times where I say, babe, I'm tired, give me an hour. I'm not telling you no. Give me an hour to catch myself. Let me go sleep and, I'll catch myself. Wake me up out of my sleep in the next hour or something, touch me right, and then we could go from there.
Yes.
So, marriage is God.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But like I say, where is God on... Yeah, where does God...
decide,
yeah.
When one decide
yeah, that's
to
true.
get married, that's God.
Okay.
That means like, right, it ain't just you and your wife, It ain't just you all two. It's God in the bed.
Agreed.
That will make the bed undefiled.
Undefiled,
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey.
For the tournament. Hey, the tournament. I come in on the park tomorrow. I hear Watson coming. RNP coming, right? Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
better come.
Thank you. Yeah. Another Roxbury. The call number is 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. We're talking about marital rape, but we're going to talk about other topics also. So, I also believe, this is my opinion,
Yes.
I also believe that, we we have a serious problem in the country, and we need to definish what is actually rape in a marriage.
Agreed.
Now, listen to me. I said it last week. It's hard to get credible evidence if you're a prosecutor. That's why the Minister of National Security said, don't call it marital rape, because he understands the case before the court. He knows it's hard to convict a man who's married,
Agreed.
if they live in the same house. Now, I see the former Prime Minister, Honorable Hubert Ingham, he's talking to FARC on the matter, and he's saying he is quite sure that this administration would pass a law dealing with marital rape.
Yes.
And I think, like, this is a point I made last week when I said this. I said that if a woman who is married, right,
Yes.
she is having a problem with her husband,
Yes.
right, and she decides to leave out the house and go live in an apartment somewhere and refuses to give her address to him or to her family members so that he can have no contact with her.
Right.
And she has no knowledge of actually communicating with him because she is hot enough.
Right.
She don't want him to touch her. She just in the proceed of deciding if she's going to get divorced or etc. And then she lives in his apartment. Then he probably finds some information concerning where she's at. He leaves from their house that she left out, and he goes in her dwellings now that she is paying rent for, that he is not on the voucher or whatever, etc. And then he goes there and he harasses her, and then he does what he does to her. Then this is rape. Because that's what I'm talking about, Rachel. You see?
Agreed.
So I would suggest to ladies who are married and you're in this position, right? Move out your house.
Yes.
Go to the police station, tell them me and my husband is having a problem. I'm deciding if we're going to get divorced. I don't want to have nothing to do with him no more until my divorce papers are settled.
Yes.
And I'm going to stay here. And if there's any threats or any disturbance from him, I would like for you to press charges. And don't take back the charges when you press on these persons, because we're seeing a lot of these.
It happens.
Okay, Marcus, let me get you on. And what is your response to this? What you think? Do you think as men, do you feel that we are being victimized? We are seeing a lot of violence against women, and it's coming from men. But I also want the general public to know it's because we have been abandoned. We have not been teach like the 10 Commandments, how to be a husband, how to be a young man, how to have a family, how to interact. So the young men out there, the majority of them are kind of lacking knowledge.
Right.
Right? And because they're lacking knowledge, they're also growing up in a hostile environment.
Yes.
So they don't know how really to interact and know what real love is, or caring and understanding and all this, etc. So a female who is in that kind of position also, because she's growing up in that type of environment too, she's seeing these kind of things in her community and stuff like that. So she has the same type of mentality too. And we take out our frustration and violence, and women take their frustration out with their abusive words towards men, and the words that come out some female mouth actually rile up a young man who is not, has anger management, who probably, kind of violent. So words are very, 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 very deadly when it comes out of the mouth of someone you love. And then that, dealing with a young guy, 18, 19, 20, he explodes and he loses his mind, and then he does a heinous crime. And then, we get the blame. Now we at fault. But I'm saying to you that before the inception of us going to primary school and junior high school, we are being neglected, and that's one of the reasons now we're making these wrong decisions.
Agreed.
So we just want to hear your part.
I mean, I like the terminology used, victimize. When you say victimize, are you saying victimize from society, being victimized in society?
Yes.
Victimized in the home, victimized in the marriage, victimized in the relationship, victimized wherever it is.
All of them.
But I feel like in an L shell, like you put everything on the table.
Yes.
But a lot of men are being abandoned for true, and it is scary to see how a lot of these young men don't understand how valuable they are to the woman.
Yes.
Agreed.
You understand? So now, when you see a young man come to you and he asks for leadership, you say, "Could you mentor me?" Right? He sees something in you.
Agreed.
So don't you abandon him. Give him that opportunity. Help him. Show him. Like I said, like the other day when I called a show, because of Scrooge and his mannerism and how he addressed people in society.
Agreed.
And the love they display towards him
Yeah.
was like, he has to be doing something
Yes,
special
yes.
for these people to really gravitate to him.
Yes.
And for me, who's seeing that coming up as a young man, I'm like, hey, what is this man doing that would have all of these
Yeah, to
people
gravitate.
riled up to the point whereas they feel, they say, hey, they feel I could approach him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so how do we get in the minds of these young men? We create opportunity, create an institution that would help these young men to become more than they are. Because if they don't know who they are, they would never go and search for what they need to find to take them to the next level.
Agreed.
So once we get them together, once we put institution, like what you're doing on the park, that's a good institution because it breaks the mind. You know what
Yes.
that does? It tells the young man who's playing petty basketball that he has an opportunity to become an NBA star.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
when he make it to the big league, he's going to remember you. So you are definitely the one that's breaking the narrative in society. And I appreciate you for that,
Yeah, man.
Scrooge.
Yeah, I appreciate
Totally
you guys.
agree.
Yeah,
Totally
I
agree.
answered the question.
No,
I
you
don't
answered
know.
you answered the
Yeah.
question
The
because
best
you
way.
explained that we are being abandoned.
Yes.
You know, and it's causing us to lash out at females for
Yes.
because if you look at some of the right, let me give you a prime example, and then I'm gonna come back to you, Princess. Let me give you a prime example. Let me just read this quick. Ronaldo Roxbury Sr. He said, "We as society magnify the abuse on the male's behalf." So
He said we
Magnify it,
magnify
yeah.
it.
yeah.
Okay, I mean, when he said we magnify it, so what is he saying? He's saying that it's us who's turning up this energy towards
To
these
make it
females.
seem
so
more
if
than it
if I
is.
have a hatred in my heart, so it's like I take it on Princess. That's what he's trying to say.
He's saying,
And all
I-
fairness to
no.
him, I don't want to.
Yeah.
He's saying magnify as in when you look at something that like more,
Oh,
you know, like
yeah.
better
Right,
look
right.
at it. So
Yeah.
he's trying to magnify
Right.
like it's not that serious. Like if I looking at this from here,
Okay,
that like that.
Yeah.
So
So I
then when I
taking it over.
magnify it,
Right.
making it more than
Than what it
making
is.
it a bigger.
That's powerful.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That's powerful.
So he also says, he's answering your question. There's no outreach for males to vent, to get out their anger.
That's true.
And he said
There-
a lot of anger builds up.
I like that, but watch
Yes.
it. There is an outreach, It's just that a lot of people don't see it
That's
to
outreach.
to say, oh, okay, I come to you, Scrooge. I'm coming to you not to say, hey, I'm coming to vent to you. Sometimes, when a young man come to you, he has to get comfortable. If he's not comfortable with you, he's not going to vent to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people vent where they're comfortable. So the question is, where is he comfortable? So if he's comfortable in the hands of a murderer, what you think he's going to do?
Yeah.
Vent to him. And so the murderer is in charge of his mental capacity. So the murderer is going to control the way he thinks. So it's like they do have a place to vent,
Right.
It's just where they going to vent.
Well, the phone lines are lighting up, so
right
the people
then.
can let you all have it. Don't let me have it.
Ladies
Go ahead,
and
call
gentlemen,
up.
welcome.
You're on Inside in the City.
Hello?
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good afternoon, Stuart. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good afternoon, Jeff, in the studio.
Good afternoon.
Hey.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Ronaldo Roxbury. Sitting there.
All right. Inspect.
Welcome on.
Yes, inspect. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So what I'm saying to you, what I mean by magnify,
Thank you.
is that
To
when
clarify
a
it.
female is injured in any way,
Yes, sir.
shape, form, we, along with the media, we tend to publicize it and blow it up, magnify it so big.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Make it
so
Okay.
it paints this picture that all females are being abused every day. I mean, it's happening, but we don't speak on when males are being verbally abused, physically abused.
Agreed.
When,
Wow.
in some cases, when males go to the police station, or you look at some of these males and be like, very,
I'm glad you calling.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you tell me, well, I'm going to my pastor, and my pastor's still leading more for females, or I go to my mommy, she's still leading more for my wife. I join in everywhere. And everyone that I do lean on the woman's side, I have a lot of built up anger. So when I finally break, some things are going to happen. Not saying it's right. It's never supposed to happen. It's never right to put your heart on a female.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, we need to have all these programs for males.
Yes.
That's why they have the crisis center for females.
Yeah.
What type of center, what type of outreach program do they have for males? For
Okay.
males?
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of they try to make it seem as if there are a bunch of males just going around abusing females and
Agreed.
injuring females
Yes.
and hurting females, because that's, if you watch the news and you listen to social media, that's what it looks like for the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
All of these females are dying. There's less than 5% of the population of females, less than 5% of the population of murders in the Bahamas were females, and every one of those could account for domestic violence.
Wow. You hear
You know what
that?
I'm saying?
Wow.
So don't make it seem as though like it's a bunch of feminists moving around injuring these females. So yes, we are being victimized. To
Okay.
answer your question.
Okay.
We are being victimized.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, see, thanks
Okay.
for clarifying that. So now I have a better understanding of
Right.
where to hit it.
And he knocking nail on the head. See, it's not just about the females getting hurt or
Agreed.
abused. It's about the males. It's about the whole society getting abused right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's it's the males, the females, because the males are killing one another,
Yes,
right? And if
yes.
you notice, the females themselves, some of them, you look before the court for serious offenses. If you look in the schools, you would see where females actually teenagers fighting, where police inspectors standing up,
Yeah.
have no respect for
Yeah.
law and order. And you see a lot of females. We've seen females got convicted for
true.
murder.
Yeah.
We've seen females even set up their boyfriend to get killed. We even
Yes,
see
yes.
females shoot her boyfriend in the truck. So what are we saying? This, like he said, we are being victimized and taking the blame for a problem that has been decaying for over 50 years in the country.
yes.
It's not only the males,
Yes.
it's the females also. So let's take this last call, and I got our princess to talk because she represents the female, but she also is talking and understand that
Yes.
this is a complex.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yes,
let's take this
good.
last call and then get you guys back on. Go ahead, caller.
How you doing? Good evening, Scrooge.
Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, and to your guest.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just a word of encouragement. I'll try to be very brief.
Okay.
Marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure. For we were taught God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral acts.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So my encouragement to everyone is to keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have.
Yes.
Because
True.
God has said, never will I leave you.
All forsake
Never
you.
will I forsake
Yes, sir.
forsake you, Bahamas.
Right.
And so as I close with my 2 cents as relates to can a husband or rape his wife?
Why you didn't give me that question?
Go ahead, sir.
So, a husband, and I'm not here to looking for favor for people to agree with me. This is my own personal view and opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. Can a husband rape his wife? Yes, he can. See, the day you step out on your wife,
Yes.
or your wife step out on you,
Yes.
she rape you.
Yes.
It goes both
Yeah.
ways.
Both ways, yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
By
yes.
stepping out. See, the word of God cannot change to suit people. You
Yes.
hear what he
Absolutely
said?
not.
Whether you are a bisexual, whether you are lesbian, whether you have sex with animals, no matter who it is, he said the marriage should be honored by all.
Yes.
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 All. And so let it be known that Amos Jr. Miller said, the day a husband commits adultery, comes back home,
Yes.
you brought back, you don't know how many persons that woman was sleeping with.
Agreed.
And when you come back, you bring back all of those men, darkness that she captured.
Yes. So
She knew what she was doing. She captured their soul. So, your soul is important, Bahamas. Do not let your soul be captured because you lack knowledge
Yes,
of the
yes.
truth.
Thank you.
Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Yes.
This is
And
powerful.
when you know the truth and you have been set free, go back and help your brother and your sister as relates to showing them what they need to know so they can also be free.
Yes. Okay.
So,
Thank you very much. Yeah. And Princess, for me, like I said, I would never, ever bother with. I had girlfriends. I have girlfriends right now, and we on bad terms, and I would sleep with her for about 3-4 months, and I'm never gonna try to show myself. This is true. If anyone, that's how I
You
go.
have to force yourself on something.
No,
you shouldn't want it.
That's a feeling so bad.
Away from wanting
You know, that's a bad feeling.
Yeah,
you know,
she ain't showing no reaction.
no reaction or
And you
nothing.
right there, like,
No,
you
man.
giving it all
We're still gonna be fighting
know,
off. I
baby,
think when it gets to a point where you saying no, and
No,
you're
yeah.
fighting somebody off, like you're doing something wrong. Like
Yeah.
that's still beyond.
yeah.
But what I wanted to touch
Go
on
ahead.
was the fact when the caller said about men being abused as well.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And it is true. It is true. It does happen, and I think it's worse for men because
Yes.
it's like automatically like when you go to your boy and you say,
Niggas
you
laugh
wouldn't
at you.
believe my. They'd be like, what you mean, your girl is beach? You know, like they laughing at you. They take you for a joke, and you serious. So it's not easy for a man to reach out. It's not as easy for a man to reach out and say, hey, I've been abused. You know, and I know. Women, forgive me, but I know as a woman, our mouth is our problem most
I
of the
said it.
times. Our mouth is our problem. So you can imagine that man then piss you off or say something wrong. But then you punk, you this, you that, and I start saying things to make you feel low.
Boy,
because
listen.
we hit to the core.
Y'all hit to the core.
I've had some
Listen.
arguments. Lord forgive me.
See?
But I've had some arguments and I hit I get hurt.
you can
I
say-
know what can hurt, and that's where I'm going.
Boy.
But that was my past. Thank you. I've been delivered.
See?
But yeah,
I
you
like
know,
your
it's-
honesty. I love
it's
your
true.
honesty.
It's true.
Remember-
We hit red
Yes,
hurts because
boy.
I see when we look at it, me personally, if I looking at it from a female point of view, you was a man to me. So even if I'm thinking, hey, physically I may not be able to abuse you, but
Boy.
I know with some words or
Listen,
I know
but the
exactly
Bible
what I
says-
can tell you that would hurt you to
words
the
are
core.
sharper than a sword.
The tongue will
Listen,
kill.
I know.
Yeah.
And
It
many
can.
people don't understand. What you said is so powerful, and I'm glad you said that. For females out there, please watch how you saying things
Yes.
to
Yeah, you
gentlemen
have to.
who
You
up a
have
high
to.
temper. See,
Yes.
you saying verbal abuse. Verbal abuse more worse than physical abuse because it will lead to physical abuse.
And that
Well,
plays
agree.
in your
And
head.
it
you keep
plays in your
carrying that.
mind.
Oh,
Listen,
yes,
listen.
yes.
I've heard, listen, me personally, I've heard girls, females say things to me, and they're my girlfriend, right? Say things to me, right? That I forget they was woman,
Agreed. That's what I'm
right?
saying.
Because
Totally.
the things they say with their mouth, they say the most hurtful things, you know, you go all out.
Her words change.
Yeah, and it's two-way
So
street.
now you like
Yeah,
like,
it's a two-way street because we
It
do.
is a two-way
Yeah, it's a two-way street because we verbal abuse women also. But I mean, boy, when you love someone, you care for someone,
Yes,
and they
yes.
do that to you. Listen to me. You just forget that's
Oh,
you just forget that's your baby daddy. I mean your baby mother.
Yes.
All you just forget you just
Everything
go
else
on the
goes
rage, and that's
yes,
why we have to
yes.
educate ourselves. That's why the inspector talk about the program that we need to introduce for
Yes.
the males
Yes,
and
yes.
teach us
Yeah,
about
that's
these things
what I'm
that
saying. You have to.
when abusive things are said, that's how to respond. Because guess what? Listen, the majority of murders happen in this country right now just through mouth.
Yes.
Just through mouth.
Agreed.
He's correct.
Agreed.
Just through mouth, just this mouth right here. Just mouth right here causing a lot of people to get
Plenty.
killed right now
Plenty.
against their rivalry or whatever it is you see
Plenty.
going on in the streets right
Yes.
now today.
Not knowing what to say when you
Just smoke.
get upset to
And the
that
thing
point.
about me, I've learned to exercise. I'm sorry. A lot of men are afraid to utilize that because they feel as if they have to prove something to society. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, you know. So if I miss and march on Scrooge's feet, right? And I know Scrooge is a general, and I'm like, and I know this could be the end of me.
Yes.
Scrooge, I'm sorry. I don't care if 1 million people watching me.
Agreed.
I'm gonna tell him sorry because if me saying sorry might cut the switch off.
Yes.
That anger switch that he click on.
Yes, you
to
respect
come at
that.
me
I
because
respect
that. Yes.
because a lot of men
Hold
they
things in.
hide things right.
That we hold things.
We
We hide
hold things
things.
in,
Yes.
and we're looking for people. We use people as reservoir.
We're looking for the female.
Yes,
We're
we
looking
use-
for them to be our
Yes.
companion.
Yes.
And so we use people as reservoir. So we put our energy out on them. Or let's just say the man was home, right? His lady or his wife or his sweetheart, whatever you want to call it, right? Said something to him to upset him. And he don't want to disrespect his woman, right?
Yeah.
He step out in society. a dude say something to him,
Yeah.
he ain't attack his wife, you know.
No.
He ain't attack that
No.
person he with.
That's true.
He
That's
coming
true.
to attack you
Yes.
because now
Yes.
he done
Yes.
angry, he double angry.
Yes.
So he come in society and he ready to.
Attitude, yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yes,
I've learned to exercise sorry, and a lot of people need to do that.
Oh, that's crazy. And I love you, Princess, because what you said is so powerful. Because ladies out there, you know you do this, right? So be careful because you don't know how this guy is going to explode.
Agreed.
If you notice, we had a lot of shootings just recently, right? And just I think last night we saw a female got shot
Yes.
and 2 young gentlemen passed away
Yes.
on a shooting incident.
Yes.
And we are saying this is all against the female. No, see, what has happened in society, the males have lost their respect
Yes. Oh.
for male and female, for
Yes.
human life
Yes.
and females
Yes.
now. It's not like 40 years ago when men respected women the way they're
Agreed.
supposed to
Agreed.
respect. And it's the same way women don't respect. Hold on. The majority of men don't respect women the way they're supposed to. The
Yes.
majority of women today don't
respect
respect
men.
the way they do.
Yes.
We have...
But they the type of woman would get in the ring, though. You don't want to talk that?
yes.
But Scrooge, you know
Scrooge,
what
they the type of woman get in the ring, though.
you know what I think it is too?
Go ahead.
It's a lot of, when you look at it, it's a lot of hurt people
Yes, a lot of
hurting
hurt-
people.
a lot of hurt
what it
people. That's what I'm
is.
saying. That's what I'm saying
Because
now.
I am so hurt. And watch this. Marcus and I could have been in a relationship, right? Or
Yeah.
even in a relationship. And if we're in a relationship, I'm already hurt from
Yeah.
whether it's my family members,
Yes,
my
yes.
ex, whatever it is. And I'm so angry. And he's a good guy. But after he's done with me and my anger and what I've already done
Yeah.
to him. So now even when we separate, now this is a man that was so good for a woman, you know, fit for a woman. And now he enters another relationship with somebody who may be the perfect match for him. But he's now damaged from me because
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
damaged by
And that's
somebody else.
exactly
you know,
what's
whether
going
it's
on
family
today.
members.
Yes.
So it's just a lot of hurting people. And that's why I always say you have to find a way to vent. You have to. I don't
Yes.
care. Sometimes if I'm upset to the point, I would close myself in my room. Just call me. If you want to say talking to myself and I crazy, that's fine. But after I then have that conversation, and I then play my argument, what I wanted to have with you
Right.
in my head, and I then let that out. Then because we don't have an outlet, so you
No.
really have a lot of hurting people. And once again, I have to touch on it because as women, I don't think we talk about it enough. But society raised men to, oh, you don't cry, or you
Yeah.
soft, or you understand, like from
Yeah,
growing up.
yeah.
So when you want to be, like in touch with something, or you want to relate to something, you got to think like, I might have to draw back and be like, well, I wonder if I could really say that. Or if I tell her how much time she's beautiful, or how she, how she deserved this and how she deserved that, like how she can take that. And then us, because some women, because we've been hurt so much, you so off, why you complimenting me so much? Why you doing this so much? Why, and it's sad, it messes us up. So
Yes.
we really just around the place hurting one another rather than healing,
One another.
understanding what your problem is, and heal each other.
So you get a good gentleman here who works, he comes home on time, he helps you out, but where you were being hurt in the previous relationship,
Exactly.
nowhere in the world this guy can be so nice.
Yeah.
There's something,
No, wait, it's
you are some
something-
adult,
something- yeah,
and this is
something
the
ain't
guy for
right.
you. This is the one for you. You've been looking for this
Yes.
guy all
All
along,
my
but
life.
hey, boy, I ain't something
I
right.
didn't right.
When
Too
you
good
go
to
out
be
to friends, they said, he that nice? No,
Yeah.
boy. No. Hey, look,
cheated.
they put something in your mind,
That's
and
it.
then we right back. So what we having now? We having a lot of people in this country with a lot of health, mental health in this country.
Yes.
That's what. So that's what we're
Yes.
saying today.
Yes.
Yes. You all want to take this one call?
Yeah, let's take this caller.
Let's take this last
Let's
caller.
take this caller. Let's see what this caller has to say.
Right. Hey, go ahead, caller. You're on Inside the Inner City.
Good evening.
Hey,
Good
teacher.
evening,
That's
good evening.
teacher.
Yes, sir.
Teacher, boy, I know your voice from the minute you come on. You've been missing action. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I love this time of the evening when the evening is longer, So that's why you catch me now, or I catch you now.
Yes, sir.
I was listening earlier where it was said that sometimes the man is told not to touch his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes the wife may even tell him that he's no good and that he's a lousy person in bed and all these other things,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes ulterior motive, somebody else maybe on the job.
Yeah, on the relationship, on the side.
somebody
Yes.
else, So I'm just saying that you all are touching all the grounds, and some of those areas are really true
Yes.
and real, So, but keep on keeping on and doing a good job that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I wanna address something that
Go ahead,
one
go
of my
Go ahead.
one of my Facebook friends said, Adeline Lubin. She said to write your emotions down.
That's
It
good,
helps. You know what I mean? And that's a good way to release some of the anger. You know what I mean? Because not everyone you could trust with information.
No, you
That's
can't.
true.
The quickest way to destroy your enemy.
It's to talk to somebody who can run their mouth.
Okay then.
And gossip is the number one sin.
Okay
Yes,
then.
yes.
I couldn't believe it when I read the Bible. I didn't ever know gossip was the number one sin.
is.
Gossip
It
is the
is.
number one sin.
Exactly.
I can
So
believe it.
venting is good. Like I said, when I said people vent when they're comfortable, I'm not going to vent with you
No.
or to you if
Yes.
I'm not comfortable with you.
Agreed.
And if I'm comfortable with you, that means that I trust you enough to tell you what I'm going through.
Agreed.
You understand? So that's a good way. So now if you can't find no one you trust, put it in a book.
Yeah, writing
You know
it
what I mean?
down really
Marcus
good.
Garvey made a statement. He said if you want to hide something from someone, put it in a book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
read.
this time you're not hiding something from someone. You're hiding your emotions in this book.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because most likely people ain't gonna read it unless they're really interested in your story.
Agreed.
You understand what I'm saying, Scrooge?
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
agree because now that's how I came up. That's how I came about with my poetry. When I told you about it and everything, that's how I got
Yes.
into it from just writing down. And it's like, okay, after you jot down, you'd be surprised because after I jot down so much things, you put it together, you'd be like, I sit down, I was like, oh, hey, and I could have put a couple of things together, and that's how I really got into even doing poetry and writing.
Wow.
Scrooge, I want to say something.
Go ahead, man. I brought you on the show so you can express yourself.
Okay. One of the last week you touched something that was very powerful, right? Concerning the young lady, that
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Who committed suicide.
Yes. And based on what I was reading, she was going through so much with that individual.
Yes.
See, men need to learn how to respect their woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
If you ain't gonna put your woman first, if you ain't gonna love your woman
Put
enough,
your
Have
woman
to.
first.
All right, then.
I love that song, boy. I love that song, boy. Yeah, I love that.
if you ain't gonna respect that woman and show her that level of love that she needs to say, hey, this is the man that I want to have. I mean, this is the man who I wouldn't mind having children for, then leave that woman alone.
Yes.
And some of these dudes need to know when it's time to let go. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
because
understand.
you did say, but if the relationship ain't working out no more, just leave it, let's let it be. But some of your females need to recognize the level of crazy. No, for real. You bring a dude home. You know the level of his crazy.
Yes,
And then you
yes.
try to fix it up
Yeah.
and call it normal.
Yes.
This is normal behavior. It's no normal behavior.
It's normal.
Agreed.
And I, let me just add it on, Princess, before you come on. So, what we are saying, right? Princess made a great point when she said, broken people hurting broken people. All right? So, if you are a young lady, you're broken, right? What it means broken, you're being through different relationship, right? You with a guy who probably, I don't want to be disrespectful to the guys out there too, because we have some guys out there who break the law, who sell a
Yes.
little marijuana, but they
Yes.
do that to bring an income. So I
Right.
really can't knock them.
Yes,
Right.
All right?
yes.
Right.
But we have other guys who do the armed robbery.
Right.
I ain't for no one who do no armed robbery because
Yeah.
you can't rob
Yeah,
all the
that's-
poor in this country, so I ain't into that.
Yeah,
All right? I ain't mind the guy selling the
Yeah.
dope. You know what I mean? That's
That is-
all good. But the
yeah,
guy who do
don't
armed
rob the
robbery,
people.
you can't,
Yes.
all this ain't getting nothing, man.
No.
The guys who
That is
thieving
true.
all our radiator, bumpers and
Yes,
stuff. Come
yes.
on, my brother.
Yes.
I ain't into all that
Work
foolish
so
stuff,
hard
all right? Yeah, you walk this 2 years ago with Marsh, all that stuff. So I ain't the robbing part, but I mean the guys who selling the marijuana, they doing it because they can't find employment.
Yes.
Right? Most people would say there's employment out there for persons, right? We have 5,000 to 6,000 students coming to school every year, right?
Yes.
Where are they gonna work?
Please.
And then we have an next additional couple thousand before that
Yes.
who are on the streets right now.
Yes.
What industry we have for these persons to go and say we can make $800? What car factory?
Yes,
what
yes.
manufacturing companies we get away for all these kids coming out every year? So
Yes.
there's not no real opportunity out there for a female or a young gentleman right now in this country. The only places you can find job is either government, Lannis, Albany, Super Value, Bamboo Shack, and John Bull, and et cetera, et cetera. But the rest of the population is stagnated. So my point is this. All right. The males in our society today, right? I would like to say to the females, right? Don't be so harsh with your words, because
Right.
harshness with your word lead to the male being physical.
Yes.
All right? And I want the ladies out there, please make wiser choices on the man
yes.
or young gentleman you get yourself into. Like I said, I'm not disrespecting the guys who selling the little marijuana,
No.
right? I'm not even disrespecting the guys who do what a little, but I say in the settle teeth and people bump on radio. Come on, guys, here's up, man.
That's
Come
the
on,
low
man.
of the lowest.
That's the
man.
lowest, man. They all doing
Yes,
bad, man.
yes.
So you ain't making no sense, man.
Really
Teeth in the
hurt.
battery and you selling around the corner to you. Come on, man. He's up on us, man, bro.
Yes, yes,
Right?
yes.
So I'm saying this, ladies, be wise. If you know a guy just coming to prison, I'm not knocking him for coming to prison, but you know he has mental issue. He's in and out of prison.
Yes.
Why would you be living in this community? See this guy come out of prison and get yourself involved in him when you know he is in and out of jail. You ain't making no sense. Bad things will happen to you.
My brother,
Who
you
don't know
witness-
they love Batman? Most people like say every time I go, I love. When
You see-
when
you
the
see?
song comes
You see?
on,
You
I
see?
do this.
You see?
And what the girls is, what the females is do.
Everybody else, I said no. I don't want them. I
Hey.
don't want them. Keep them far.
Listen to me.
I don't want it.
That same song could cost a lot of these
A lot of them.
females.
They
And
get
up-
very hype. I watch them and I say, look until you get a bad
No,
man
that
for
same
real.
song could cost a lot of them end up in hell.
So-
You know why? Because ain't no way in heaven you should allow yourself to become a victim to words of a man's song who making millions of dollars for you to go look for a bad man to prove to
they
society
want.
that I have a bad man based on a song you heard. You know what I mean? Because what kind of display are you displaying for your family
Your children.
and your children? You know what I mean? These same children you're going to bring in the universe.
Same thing.
Yeah.
The same
This
thing.
mental-
That same
this-
bad
this
man you get, your
disabled
child
man.
could grow up
Yes,
just like that.
Right. So now you running from him with, all right, you say, mommy, this the man for me. Mommy say, he ain't the one for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden now, you allow yourself to say, I ain't listening to none of y'all. Then now you calling mommy to try save
Exactly,
you? Or you calling
exactly.
mommy to
To
try
help you in
hide
the
you? Or
situation.
you calling mommy to try to change the narrative for you? Because
Yeah.
now you've made a very poor decision. When it's all said and done, you have to make sure, hey, you choose the right man.
Mm-hmm.
The man that you supposed to choose supposed to compliment you,
Agreed.
not bring hell to you. If a
Agreed.
man bringing hell to
Agreed.
you, then he ain't the one for you.
That's
True.
right.
That's
He's
true.
not the one for you. Leave him.
That's true.
Let him stay in his my house.
Right. And I want to say this to the ladies too, and say this to the government and the mamas. Yeah, the men are being victimized, we're being targeted, right? And a lot of us are in this position because we have been neglected. And I'm talking from birth. We have not been taught and grown up
Agreed.
properly in this inner city
Agreed.
community. People would say, well, you have choices. Well, you had to pick up the gun. Marcus, you're one who live in this community. You're
Yes.
not being involved with this stuff.
No.
And you getting by,
Yes.
right? So you're one of them people would say you made the right choice.
Yes.
Right? But you see all kind of other stuff happening around you.
Yes.
And you live in that community. Tell me something. Do you really believe that if I'm a young man, I go to high school, right? I graduate with high school with probably B's or C's or whatever, etc. Now, I'm in a community that has no programs, no employment, no businesses, no nothing. I graduated the school. Now, I live in this community where I know guys who are involved in stuff. That's what I grew up in from the time. Do you think I stand a chance? I mean, a real chance.
That's a good question.
Do you think I really stand a chance
I
of
don't.
me being a productive citizen in the country?
Yes. I truly believe young men who finish school do have a fighting chance to get to the next level because success is created from you, you know. You create the level of success that you want to obtain. You know what I mean? Yeah, we might live in an institution whereas you have to go through a channel, you have to go to school and you know what I mean?
Yes.
But sometimes what you can do as a young man, create an opportunity if you can't find one in your inner city. How do you do that as a young man? You say, okay, let me start washing car. You could wash one car, right? And charge the person $15. Now that $15, that one car bring that one car now, truck another car.
Yes.
So now you've now turned $15 into $30 and 30. You know what I mean? And the numbers just goes on from you.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you might not have that opportunity that you're looking for to take you to the big bucks right away, but
if you
sometimes
start small.
Yes, and that's what it is. Or you could say, man, let me open up a little landscape business. You might not have a license to do it, but you could say, man, let me grab one rig, buy, ask mommy to go around, get a little sponsors, buy one little lawnmower. And what I've learned, what I've loved about the Bahamas is when people see you trying, they would open the door for you.
Yeah.
They would say, hey, man, this young man really, he has this tenacity to really come out here and create this opportunity. Man, let me give him a chance.
Right, and I like that answer. And I'd also like to encourage those, just say, if you was to start a car wash, you find a little lot, right? Always be courteous. In order to have a good business, to maintain it, you need customers. In order to have customers, that means if you was to go and say, I'm going to sell coconut, for instance. I'm going to sell coconut. A lot of people buying coconut water and stuff. Why not also clean up the corner that you're in?
Exactly.
Don't just clean up your sport.
Exactly.
But clean up other sports so you attract more customers. So that's what you have to do, Bill.
See?
Yes.
But Marcus, I have to touch
ahead.
on that as well, right? Because you said that once they see you, then I have to, I'm kind of iffy with that.
Go ahead.
And I say that because I personally feel there aren't enough opportunities. There aren't enough. Because you have nowadays, really now being present, you have a lot of people trying to get there or trying to get up on something. You have more people pulling them down. We have the, what do you call it, crab in the barrel syndrome.
The black crab syndrome.
Boom.
Yes.
So my thing is, you have a lot of people still be trying to pull you down. And I've found myself more, even with me, personally trying to do other things. Like, I remember one time someone sent me, that's how I even got into acting as well, because I do something with Newtown Media, shout out Newtown Media. So I do some acting with them. They had a rehearsal and I auditioned and everything. It was good. That's something. That's something. You let me live. That's something that gives me, in my free time, that's something that I can do, to do a video and, stuff like that, to keep my mind, even so not on the things at home. And, you keep yourself busy, because they always say, idle time is the devil's playground. So when you ain't doing nothing and you just sitting there and you're allowing thoughts to come about how this one make you mad and that one made you upset and this and that. But I don't feel there are enough opportunities for people that because me personally, I feel like, okay, like you're doing it. You're creating opportunities for people, and I love that. But you have some people that, and I really dislike people that do I'm trying to find a way to put it. Like you never had to struggle before. You ever meet someone who up there and you do, and they see you and they looking down at you as if they weren't in your position. Like a lot of people like to say self-made. Garbage. I think that's garbage. My reasoning for saying that is, it's never just did it on my own. Somebody helped you out.
Someone helped you out.
At some point,
someone buy
whether they buy the tools for the car wash or they help. Exactly. Somebody helps. So everybody's being everybody. That's it. Everybody be saying. Everybody be like, "Oh, I do this. I did it on my own." So I always tell people, when I make it, I will know definitely I didn't do it on my own. As simple as this. Whether this platforms take us to another level.
Yes.
So we can't say we did it on our own or we know the struggle and we put the time in and everything like that. So we can say we started on our own, we was passionate about it, but we got help. So I realize now with people in the Bahamas, it's not really a who feels it knows the thing, and then it's still touchy because you have to be careful with how you open up to certain people. But a lot of people do as if they didn't know about the struggle. They always had it made in the shade. They didn't know what it was to come up, Yes. So a lot of people don't want to, I don't want to talk to you if you don't seem to be, like Marcus said. It seemed like he could approach you. Yeah. He could relate with you because of what you're doing and stuff like that. Yes. Not everybody is approachable.
Yeah, yes. Okay, the producer said we're gonna take a break, and I want to commend you two guys. You all doing a wonderful job. But your podcast is like this is very interesting because see, when one not criticize one another, it's just adding on to the conversation and never offended by it. You will have great conversation and great broadcasting.
Agreed.
Okay, we'll be right back after the break on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
If you find fire, you definitely find smoke in time.
Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovations happen here every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care, for every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Transitioning to a healthy lifestyle can be difficult. At Fresh Market, we're making it easy to choose good-for-you foods with our endless selection of fresh produce and all-natural organic specialty products, moving you closer to your New Year's goals. So, if you're looking to shed a few pounds with the ketogenic or whole food diet, shift things completely with paleo or raw foods, or just simply eat healthier, Fresh Market is inviting you to feed your good. After all, what you eat is what you're made of.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I represent Bahamian people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up in town, bro.
Okay, good night. We're back on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm your host, Valentino Brown, a.k.a. Scoochie or Scrooge. Telephone numbers 323-623, 325-4316, 325-4259, and you can text us at 422-GR96. We're talking about the marital rape. We're seeing former Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, making reference that this government will make recommendation and pass a bill to deal with marital rape. But I just want to say to those out there in relationship, especially the males, you know, I wouldn't want my wife, right, if she doesn't want me, okay?
Agreed.
I wouldn't want her. First of all, because it doesn't feel right. I had girlfriends who were mad. Like I feel they were seeing somebody else,
yes.
And I could have sensed that they were seeing somebody. And when I slept with her, it didn't feel right.
Yeah, it ain't the same.
It ain't the same. You could feel it. Am I correct? Am I correct?
Yes.
Can we discern? Can we find discernment in a person? We know when someone changes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it feels strange, and it don't feel the same. So I would advise guys out there, just. It's hard. It's painful. Listen, I know. It's hard and it's painful, but you're going to have to be the bigger man or be the bigger woman. Because the officer also say, you know, we're being victimized because he's saying, you know, he's an officer and he is in the station and he sees complaints. So that's why he's saying that all of a sudden now this feminine thing, and we ain't looking at the fact that we have men who come to the station complaining about their girlfriend being the abuser in the relationship, and they don't know what to do. And we run them out this police station.
Exactly.
And this is a problem that we have to come to terms that it's happening in our country.
Yes, you have to
men are quiet.
well. Yes.
And Marcus Love said it, you know, I keep listen, let me just tell you with me. I have a girlfriend right now, and being on good terms, but I still respect her as my girlfriend.
Yes.
She don't want to communicate. We still communicating, but I know something is wrong.
Yes.
But I'm not letting that get the better of me.
Agreed.
It hurts. Listen, it hurts because I thinking, you know, I tell Marcus sometime I hear this noise around the window. That time that's the cat passing the wall. So I say this honestly. I take criticism of myself, and this would happen. You know, I hear the little thing on the door, and I say, boy, that's must have come down. That time, I ain't nothing but the cat. They walking on the wall, and I look, you know, or sometimes I hear a car pull up, you know, so I go run out my bed, and I go peek to the window. Nobody. So, you know, and it hurts.
Yes.
Listen. Sometimes it makes you forget about your family. It's just
everything.
It seems like
Yes.
it's you.
Yes.
You know, so that's why it's important that we have this program. The officer mentioned the program that we need. We need a program for men who they could get out their frustration because we keep things in, and then females also. You know, because we have a lot of females, like you said, you know, are hurt and damaged.
Yes.
Because of previous relationship of going and having this relationship with young men them who they fall in love with, but then don't have the potentials to carry them to the next step. Because having a man and having a woman is working together to achieve something. We can't be in a relationship if we're not trying to achieve nothing. We got to say, look here, baby, like I said, I talk about the car, or baby, we be in this apartment.
Yes.
All right? Let's combine our paycheck this week, okay? Then we're going to take the $170 and we can put on the internet for 2 months. And then, you know, I can buy the grocery.
Yes,
and then don't worry about the cooking this week, all right? As the male, I say, I can cook. I look on the cooking channel and the baking channel. I'm going to do this. So don't get this old thing out of our system where the woman have to be cooking and cleaning. No, that's a bunch of foolishness. That's not that's slavery. Let's have a relationship where we take turns washing, cleaning. Let me wash your body. You wash my dog because I might have a chocolate bar stain now. You know what? I might not want to wash, but she takes pride in that because that's my woman, that's my wife, and I do the same thing for her. You know what I mean? I wash her underwear and etc. Just what makes the relationship.
Agreed.
You know,
agreed.
because she'd appreciate the small things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And listen, ladies, also, man. Be careful in what you're saying to these young gentlemen.
You have to.
What you say to the gentleman, he might not want to harm you, but you say some things, and say some things, and he gets so mad. And, you know, when you get mad, what has happened? We call it hell break loose. Listen, you would see some people actually on Facebook, kind dead bad. When you show them that the next day or two, they swear, no, darn me, what happened?
Yes.
Because that's the anger and the devil get the best of you.
Agreed.
So that's why we need a community, and that's why we need programs and have this conversation. And let me show you why I also talk about mental health. That's why I say something seriously wrong, and we have a mental health issue in this country, and I want both of you to comment on this. So I'm watching Facebook, you know, it's everyone's business. Right?
Yes.
So I'm watching everyone's business. I like
that.
Put it out there, right?
Everyone's business.
Everybody.
I can't believe this. Now, when I was a criminal, right?
Yes.
Top gangster on the road. I know about me, do crime, and trying to stay free and out the law hands.
Yes. Right.
But it seems today, these so-called criminals, the bad boy, they doing the police job.
Yes.
These guys, I can't believe it. I can't believe. That's why I say a lot of people sick in this country. Right? Yes, I watch on Facebook this gentleman riding this car, and he has this 9mm in his hand,
right?
And he's driving.
Everybody knows.
he is on Facebook Live,
yes,
in his car, with a gun, right? When no one, this is Facebook. Your phone is identification. If I kill somebody right now and I drop this phone on the scene, it's just cheap. I walk back in the station. You can't never say I'm here on the scene, right? Because when they put the location, the time, that staying that I was there.
Yes.
So this guy, he pull us for those. You better turn yourself in, huh? Because you killed my brother, right? And then he bam, bam, 4 times. He fired this firearm into this house where he don't know if it's a kid, a pregnant woman, a grandmother, auntie, or nothing. And he's telling the guy, whoever is involved with whatever, to turn yourself in. Well, you, sir, when you did that, you supposed to be saying that for you, because what you just did, you was the prosecutor, you was the police, you was the witness, you did all these things to you. So when you go to court, you just plead guilty and get 15, 20 years because you ain't making no type of sense. That's why I said a lot of people got to be mentally ill.
Yes. And you
don't think so?
You know what's so funny when he said that? And it's a beautiful saying. Anger unchecked always leads to murder. A dude who can't control his anger will definitely pick up the metal and act off those emotions. And I call them weak emotions because now you're trying to display something. You're trying to display who you are when you angry, it shows how weak you are.
Yes.
You're weak.
You know what I mean? You're a weak man that you can't contain your emotions and say, hey, let me take control of this bull and put myself back together, because the man wants to do the crime, and when he gets put in the police hands, he wants freedom. You free. So control your anger. You don't have to like allow your anger to take control of you.
And I'm going to let you comment right now, and then don't keep it right in the mouth. I just want to say this on this case. All right, when he did that, right, he's saying this person, so-called name Carl, was involved in the murder of his brother.
Right.
But you could take a gun, go by somebody's house,
Right.
and you don't know who you kill. So what sense you making, my brother?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Now go do your 20 years, for being a fool.
Yeah.
And get your pink card.
Yeah.
Because you ain't making no type of sense. I have never seen the people stupid.
It's a level of stupid.
They're stupid.
Yeah.
How could you be on your phone shooting a gun, reaching thousands and thousands of people watching,
Exactly.
and this is evidence? Boy, listen, I
That's
think
the thing about looking for
Yeah.
fame.
yeah.
You
Go
see,
ahead, sorry,
and
Mao.
that's what, and it's really hard. Like y'all talked about, with men being abandoned, and communication is key. Communication in every area, and I think it's a hard thing when you feel like when you with your rage, when you get to a certain point, you have to be in a state of feeling like there's no one else you can go to, because I always believe in looking at things from every angle. What he did was very stupid.
Yes.
And at the same time, if you sit back and you think, losing your brother,
Yes,
losing your,
yes,
like,
see?
you don't know
Yes,
the background
yeah,
of,
yeah,
where that really all come. His brother might have been his everything,
Yes,
aside
yes,
from
yes.
a mommy, a
Yes,
daddy,
yes,
your
that's
uncle,
what
a
it is.
brother.
Yes, you're right.
That might, that might have been his everything. That could have been his world right there. Or even to the point where he was living on having car wash or doing whatever he just do to make sure his brother good.
Yeah.
So it's like, I trying to, do this,
yes.
and then y'all just come and do that. So I don't know how to handle this kind of rage. I don't know how to react. And he could be coming from a background where, who do I talk to? Like,
Right.
that's why we say
Yes.
we need to have certain
Yes.
programs and things
Yes.
in place, because
Yes.
who I could talk to. It's not like, I always tell people, you watch TV, they have either a community center or different things to go to when they get angry
Yes,
men.
angry.
Go steam it, play some ball, and you could talk to this person about it, or this other guy that could relate to you. And
nobody.
Because let's be real. If I so angry to that point and I come to you, Scrooge, and I say, man, Scrooge, you wouldn't believe niggas them kill my brother, and they say this spade do it, and I trying to, you can't calm me down.
No,
you know
no,
why?
no.
Because you can't tell me your brother dead
No.
and the same thing happened. Or, it's really
it's
who
frustrating.
feels this knows that kind of.
Yes.
So I frustrated, I angry, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to let this
Yes.
ain't nobody teach me. I wasn't.
No,
And it's not just men, because as a female, I can tell you about times when I
That's
got
what-
upset,
Yes,
and I
see?
said, God, I thank you, I never own a gun. I said, because
See?
I think I would get locked up. No,
See?
seriously. Not everybody, and that's why I tell people you have to watch the way you handle
Yes.
people. Because I could say, I could talk to Marcus and he can't go away and whatever, and you said this and you said that, or hit him up a couple times. And because women do, when it comes to abuse, even physical, if we abuse a man physically, we know it in ourselves. He ain't in the spot. Like, you get in a relationship, Marcus didn't tell me, I don't believe in hitting woman. He's strong with that. He don't play with that. So I know I can hit him up a couple times and he ain't gonna do nothing back. Ladies, be careful. Not everybody you could just hit up and they ain't gonna do nothing back.
Because they head ain't no
Listen
good.
to me.
That ain't no good.
Mental issues.
It's not only the fact that their head ain't no good. I will tell you this honestly.
Go ahead.
I have my son is 5 now.
Son is 5.
From my son was a baby. No jokes. From he was a bit. Any woman feel they can slap you up, jerk you, whatever they trying to do to harm you, and think you could. No, I said, if you have to hold her and shake it like you shake baby, and say, hey, catch yourself, catch yourself.
Baby.
Not to hit her and slap her,
you gotta
because
show
you
him
know
that.
as a man, you know your strength.
Yeah.
But if a woman feel like people say, you only can do what you allow. A man can beat up on me because he know I can allow him to beat up on me, and I still can turn around and say, baby, I love you, it's my heart, my darling, my everything. Because my head gotta be bad. So we sum it up to, that person had bad. But did you think about the fact that, hey, I might have come from, this ain't the background I come from, but I'm just saying, I might have came from a background where my daddy used to talk to my mommy rough. So you know why I want a bad man? Because they talk too rough.
Yes.
Hey, look here, why you don't do that yet? So that's all I know. What our problem is in some relationships when we come together, I could see you, Scrooge, and I say, me and Scrooge could be a good couple. But now I want to love you the way I love Paul.
Yeah.
No, I got to love you different.
Yes.
Love for you may be just spending time.
Oh, man, I'm glad you bring this lady on.
Love for you may be just spending time.
Yes.
And then love for Marcus is,
Going
no, when you take me out, like that.
Yes,
so it could be different. Like me, Marcus knows. I will go and have a good time. Or I can have a good time. I can be the life of the party.
Yeah.
But guess what? I actually like to be home and watch TV.
You lie.
I like to be home. You see that?
Yeah.
I like, ask my family members. I love TV. I love it. But guess what? When I go out and I'm the life of the party, that's because Marcus, who I rate on a level, invites me out. I'm going to have a good time. Right. Marcus is my boy. I don't know when I get this opportunity again. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's make it count. I believe in creating memories.
Yes,
but I actually would like to just stay at home, watch TV. So before you buy me an expensive bag, will cost $20 and I can be mad because I think about the groceries I could have put in my fridge and whatever. Somebody else might have liked that. That's their love language. You know, so you have to understand a person's love language. Don't say, a time ago I used to say, very naive. I'm 33 now. Wow. So when I was like, let's say 29, 30, it wasn't too far from here.
Yeah.
Honestly, my ex, he never loved me. That nigga never loved me. I can't believe I waste my time when he didn't love me and I was there and I did this and I did that. It wasn't that he didn't love me. He loved me. No, he loved me to the best of his ability.
Yes.
He didn't know how to show me it to say, he could have buy me dance. He could have buy me dance and give me money like that. But I didn't want that. I wanted time. I feel once you give me a time, that can't be replaced. Because ain't much young man giving me all time. I busy. I get work. My boy called me. So from you could give me a time, I like that, but not everybody's love language is the same. And we set ourselves up because we want to love the person that we're with now, the same way we loved our ex or the same way we love our ex before that. It doesn't work like that.
Wow. I'm glad you brought this lady on. And she is one who is of fairness and open.
Yes.
She's a 50-50.
Yes.
The gentleman who
Not
asked
to be
you,
that way.
I hope he marries you because you're a real wife material.
Baby, I hope you hear that. You hear that, EJ? Marry me.
It's a wife material because anytime you see someone,
Thank you.
when she's talking about her gender, and she can actually agree on some of the things that is involved in a gender is actually wrong.
Yes.
Good person. You know, and these are the kind of choices as man and woman.
Yes.
These are the kind of people you want to be a part of in your life.
Agreed.
You know, someone who can understand you and you can understand them.
Yes.
Because you might don't be able to say, I don't want a woman to go out. I don't want a woman to cook clean for me. You know what I want a woman to do? Just to sit down and let's have a discussion.
That's
see the way
it.
forward.
That's
if
it.
we're watching the movie, let's talk what's happening in the movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know? Because sometimes I get emotional. I watch certain movies.
I just cry. You like me? I just cry.
Yeah.
Like that sound like
Some movies I cry, you know, especially when like a good guy, he sacrificed his life.
Yes.
You know,
man.
it makes me cry. You know, someone who gives his life up for somebody.
I still describe with the Titanic like Jack could have fit on that thing. I want y'all to know, I feel Jack could have fit on that like Jack. Why you don't catch a little piece? The two of y'all could have just lay cross half. Jack just give himself up like, baby, it's all about you.
So Princess and Marcus. So would we would agree that even though woman is being victimized, right? Even though the what it is now, the marital rape, right? Even though now they're trying to pass a bill in favor of the female, do you think they should reconsider and make this a 50-50 thing? Because we just heard an officer who represents not only himself, but as man and what he experienced happening in the station where there are reports of abuse from husbands and boyfriend about their girlfriend being the aggressor, but at the end of the day, they are laughed at and kicked out of the station. He has no one to talk to. So what do we say? Do we think we need to add a stipulation and make it a two-way street where we say we have a serious problem, not on the male end, but the female end as well? Because we're broken. We are broken. You said we're broken.
We are definitely broken for true. But if we're gonna, if this government that's in today is going to take a stand and pass a law on whatever it may be, right? I would say if you are taking a situation, people are bringing a situation to you, right? And say this is what they want in that situation. So now they put the government in a very strange position But I would say to the government is to make it a referendum on the marital rape to get the people
points of views.
Yes,
that
get
could go
the
with it.
people.
Yes, yes.
Get the people. If the people want this law to pass, let it be. If they vote for it, let it be. If the people don't want it, then you subside and say, "Hey, I gave it to the people."
Yes.
You know what I mean? Before we take on issues, we got to think about.
All the problems.
Yes,
All the because we talk about on the show.
Yeah.
because some of those issues could be
Yeah.
she just being petty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's saying, "Oh, I'm raping her because she mad at me
She said
of
it.
a
She said it.
situation
Yeah, she said it.
that
She-
happened
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago."
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? When women hold emotions in, they hold them in too long. They gotta learn to release. That's why I'm the releaser. When your husband pull up on you, he helping and you mad at him, let him help you release the stress, baby.
Yes.
But I mean, there should be certain things put in place, or an institution that if you're saying that your husband raped you or anything like that, okay, go through this institution, and then this institution will determine if this man did rape you for true.
Yes.
Let it be a
Yeah,
court
yeah,
that
yeah.
fight for both parties.
Based on-
Yes.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Based
you don't
on
want to
what-
go
Based
to
on
a
the
woman-
reports.
Based on the
Based on
reports.
the reports.
Because a woman could run in here and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
my husband raped me." Now you lock him up. If you lock this man up, now she better be willing to accept those divorce papers.
Yes.
Because you got to sign that. I lock up. I come out of jail now. Hey, if I might get locked up, make sure you sign the paper. Because when she think about it, you be like, "Oh man, my
Yeah.
husband locked up. I don't want him locked up. I didn't want all of this." You know what I mean?
All right.
Well,
That's my 5 cents.
Yeah, so that goes. I think that plays to what he's saying, because definitely I feel it should be a two-way street.
Two-way
because
street.
We don't want the woman to feel like, oh, so that means I could just say you
Yeah.
raped me and then that's it. No, you understand? Like the man has a say as well. So it should always be a two-way street concerning that.
Right.
Definitely,
I
so
quite
that
agree.
so that
Yes.
they know there's a accountability to be held for you as well.
Yes.
Because they always state that woman needs to be on the same level as the man in
Yeah.
marriage. That's what makes it
equality?
Yes, that's what it is. That's what marriage brings. That's why I say
Essential one,
50-50.
equal
See,
equality, give
the
it
thing is,
all around.
The thing is, right, when we look at it, when you talk about the breadwinner, right, we exaggerate that because we thought the man just should bring the money and go work. No, both of us should work. Both of us should
Yes,
clean the house.
yes.
Both of us should pay the bills. Both of us should take turns. Even though if I need a car and you need a car, let's take turns. So you know what that takes away? It takes away what you call, not the head of the family. It doesn't take away the head of them because the man still got to kill the
Yeah.
centipede in the house.
Yeah, you
The
still
man
gotta
still
be
got to
the
kill the
head.
roach. The man still got to kill the centipede because the woman is not.
and the rat.
It's not the rat. She's not better. So the man is still the head, but the woman is actually the head with him because
Yes.
we listen and confide with one another.
Yes.
Okay, and that's what makes us strong together. That's why if you look at most Bahamians who are white, you notice they have a strong husband and wife team. Now they might
Yes.
have problems in their relationship. But at the end of the day, you ain't gonna see none of the kids marching before the court for no murder or no attempted murder or no rape. You know why? Because they instill in them what is right and what is wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And before we close out, we have about 5 more minutes. I just want to say this to the recent spree of murders. We have seen where a lot of innocent people who are not the intended targets got hit with stray bullets intended for the intended targets.
Yes.
Okay? Here's the thing what I want us to wise up a bit.
Yes.
Youngsters, if you know an area, corner is hot, right? There's been a murder. Why do you go back to that particular community or at that area?
Yes.
Why do you go back?
Preach.
Why do you go back? This is stupid. Excuse me for calling anyone stupid. This is a stupidity I can't understand. Marcus, me. Guys try to kill me over and over.
Right.
I can't say what I did because I'm on radio.
Right.
Yes.
And if I knew I just did something to you or something my boy just get shoot on that corner, it's like this. You wouldn't see me through that corner no more
Exactly.
because
Very long
I know something else is going to happen.
Yes.
Because I know what hot spots about. Hot
Yes.
spots create hot spots.
Yes.
Because if I'm a guy who have a beef with somebody in that area that I'm looking for and I know he frequents that area,
Yes.
I'm going to make it my business. Me and my boy, we're going to target the area until we get this guy.
Yes. Yes.
And what is going to happen? The guys, let me tell you something. I want to say this. Guys like me, when we were doing foolishness, we go to pick a lot of trouble. You know what the problem is?
What it was?
We were lucky. You You know, let me put it like this. What I mean is this. I had about 9 or 10 guys who used to hang with me.
Yes.
Got shot and killed.
Wow.
Right? On the side of me. And you know who the intended target was?
Who?
Me.
Wow.
Me. So you know what I mean? It's guys shooting at me with 9mm, Marvin, Bodie, and Lynx. You know, these guys, Kelsey, Lundy, them down East Street, leader of the Raiders. They call him Scrooge too. That's my good friend. Now, all this is good friends now. Right? And when they shoot at me, the bullet passed me and kill innocent people.
Yes.
Wow.
You know why? You know why they get killed? You know why they get shot? They get shot for making the right choices, being around me.
Yes.
Listen to me. I believe I was cursed. Everywhere I go, it was a hot spot. I don't care where I went. Where I had so much enemies or create so much enemies, I could go in the yard where no one knew where I was. When you let the police pull up.
Yes.
We have police trying to kill me. I say, wherever I went, something bad always used to happen. Whoever I hang with, something bad used to happen. I had guys now who's doctors and on the Royal Bahamas Police Force who hang with me who get shot, right? And now I can always remember them telling me, "Wait, Scoochie, that's it. But I ain't being around you no more. I going this way," right?
Staying safe.
So what I'm saying to the public out there, if you're a family or a friend who is having a beef with somebody, do your best to stay away from them.
Yes.
If this person comes in your yard, you might be a little intimidated, but speak your mind. Say, excuse me, I don't think you should hang out. Some guy's looking for you.
Yes.
Yes.
You need to come with this yard.
Yes.
And no disrespect, you need to come with this yard.
Yes.
The Commissioner of Police said this. The Minister of National Security said this. Listen, mothers, fathers,
Yes.
aunties,
Yes.
uncles,
Yes.
grandmothers, anyone, even if they're your family members who you know involved with firearms or gang activity,
Yes. Turn them in.
don't be afraid to speak if you see them with a gun. Because listen, if you don't say something to them or remove them from your premises, death and pain is gonna fall on you. Because like I said, wherever I went,
Yes.
pain, police, fall on me. Listen to me, Marcus, anywhere I went, I don't care where I went, and you know my story.
Yeah.
Wherever I went. So it's to be a curse for the wrong choices I made.
Yes.
All right? So I'm encouraging people out there, stay away from guys who see an anklet bracelet.
Yes.
I'm not disrespecting the guys with anklet bracelet.
Yes.
But I'm saying to you, guys are looking for them. And when they come looking for them, these guns they making now, carrying 32 shots, 66.
Definitely.
yes. I understand that. Go ahead.
I think we have to do better. Not to say that I condone the violence or even the killing,
No.
but as simple as it's like me. Let's say I like to enjoy a movie, like you could be the killer, and then you come to the movies where I come to watch the movies, and
What
all this
happened?
going inside, and you hear, the killer hear you there, and then you come like, I mean, at some point, do you have the common sense to say, why would I open fire on and then sometimes you don't get your intended, target, and then you kill about 2-3 other innocent people. And then your target's still out there to probably turn around and come and kill your
That's
behind
right.
because they know you come for them.
See?
So it's like,
That's right.
could you wait
That
until
is-
they probably, because my thing is, if I was smart enough to know that you to the movies,
Yes.
I can't be smart enough to say, let me wait till you get to your car
Yeah.
and you're by yourself. Or probably, like I say, I'm not condoning it.
No.
But I'm so tired of the innocent people. You had the boy in Baintown from the street. He get headshot. He wasn't,
Innocent, all
come
of
on,
innocent.
man. That's a child with a life to live.
Yes.
So it's like all these innocent people. So if I was smart enough to see you here or in the club, you won't catch me, but I see you first.
Yes.
Man, look here, I could wait on you. When you go in your car by yourself or when you don't drop everybody, then you got to go home. Or, I'm just saying,
No,
like,
you're right.
there's so many other ways to do it.
Yes.
Once again, not condone it, but tired of you. You're like,
Because
man,
you
this
wanna
mother's
get the
tired.
person who did you wrong.
Exactly.
Yes.
Rather
Right,
than
not the
now,
innocent people.
okay, then they get away and then you got to be worried. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
them. See me shooting at them. You know they're coming for me.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Just like that guy who shot up the host, with the 4 shots. Now, suppose someone in our host has a family
Exactly.
member,
Now,
you shoot
to-
them. Now
to
you
be a target.
Now you was a target now because now you was hard for someone killing your brother. Now you going to hit somebody.
Yes.
Now someone's coming to do this.
And it makes no sense
becomes
because it's a cycle.
Yeah,
It's just a cycle
Yes.
of men killing each other, and mothers have to cry. Children don't have their daddy, They don't have. You don't have your brother. You don't like that. That's really what it is. It's just a cycle.
Wow, it's crazy.
And the thing about it too, right, is a lot of men have a lot of energy, hatred
Much.
energy.
Yeah.
It's like, if you love yourself, then you wouldn't harm someone else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They got to learn to exercise love Stop trying to prove yourself to be something that you're not. You don't have to be the baddest man in the world. You don't have to be the one carrying the gun. You don't have to be the one selling dopes on the streets. You don't have to be the man. You could be a preacher. You could be an encourager. You could be a good father. Some of these men were doing all of this damage. They have children, and they don't cater to their children. No. They cater to the streets. What you cater to the streets for? The streets don't love you. Love your family.
And the ladies, pick your man wisely.
Please.
Pick your man wisely.
Definitely.
Pick your woman wisely. Someone who you could build a relationship and a future with. To see you achieve your goal. Who has your back?
Yes.
You understand? And if you're in a relationship, abusive relationship, please walk on the ladies. Mind your tone of voice on how you speak to your man. And man, ease your tempo up.
Yes.
Don't go from 0 to 100 because someone made you mad. Because you'd end up like the guy who just fired those 4 shots. Now, when I look, he was sitting in the middle of the floor.
Okay.
Hey? He was sitting on the middle of the floor. Now, what do you think he is? He's in Fox Hill Prison.
That's it.
Now, he was free the other day.
Okay.
Now he's in Fox Hill Prison.
Growing up, they always say, walk away to see another day. That can kill you.
Wow. I just like to say you guys did a wonderful job,
Thanks for having us. Thank you so much.
Tell us about your broadcast real quick.
All right.
And how can we get to watch your broadcast and the numbers?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, my number is 825-1845. And you could come on Facebook and find me. My Facebook name is Marcus Love. I mean, if you don't follow me now, you didn't have it now, so follow me.
I think they follow me. You're not popular. If you ain't after this, you shall be.
Yeah, but Night Confession basically is host on Thursdays. And me and Princess Love. We do our thing. We talk on different issues. You know what I mean? Relationship.
Yes.
You get me confused.
Everything.
You get me confused. You it's Marcus Love.
Understand when we started the night.
I understand.
I told them myself. I said just had Tina. Yes, I said Tina and giving him his name back. I ain't giving you yours back. I ain't carrying that with me.
I love that because I thought this was a relationship thing, but now I see it's more powerful. Because she respect what you're doing, so she's keeping that.
Agreed. That's why I told them. I said that
before we end this. I know Princess a very long time. From I was basically she was in grade 10.
Yeah, from I was in
grade 10. And I was in grade 12. I was coming to school. Yes.
Yeah, he was coming to school.
So from I met Princess, me and Princess just clicked, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, always.
And I want to say this. I'm going to close it on this. When we're talking about man taking advantage of women. Listen, I'm a young guy. I've been shot at least.
You look young, very young.
Yeah. I got shot at in my lifetime. But 23 up to 26 times from different gangsters in this country, even the police officers. Frankie Campbell, who was the former minister of, I think, social service or something.
Yes.
Can't remember.
Yes.
So what I'm saying to you is this. Young man, think wisely. Like Marcus said, you can't run these streets.
No,
all right?
No.
The top gangsters back in our days is like niggas like Kelsey, a.k.a. Scrooge. Kelsey Lundy's down East Street, but he's now a business owner. He runs a whole Acapure company, show you how we were always leaders. You had guys like Marvin Bode. You know Marvin Bode. He stay up on top of it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to people, these guys were the top gangsters. And we couldn't run the streets.
Yes.
Okay, because we had family members lost their life. We've been shot at. So it tells you, even when we were the top dogs,
yes,
we couldn't run the streets. There's no one who could run these streets out here.
They always say somebody better than somebody.
And that is somebody so true. Else. No one can run these streets. You know what you could do? You can make better choices and better decisions.
Yes.
And you can live long and have a wonderful life by doing the right set of things. So I'm advising those in abusive relationship to just think and try to talk it out.
Yes.
And I would say to married couple, especially men, there's no reason to even attempt to even rape your wife because, like I said, or to get on to your wife or your girlfriend because, like I said, the feeling how to try and be with somebody, to go with somebody who doesn't want you is a feeling that I don't think can even relax you.
Yes.
I think when you do that, after you finish,
yes,
you would regret you even did that.
Yes.
Okay? So I just want to say to all those who are listening, just try and make the right choices. I say to our government, I see you passing this bill. But this bill just can't be where we're focusing on the man and we want to persecute the man. No, we have big issues in our countries and the females are just as responsible as the male.
Yes.
Like I said, in a relationship, I feel it should be a 50-50 relationship.
Definitely.
My wife or my girlfriend doesn't need to be cleaning the house from Monday to Sunday. No, we could take turns.
Yes, yes.
We could go to I could take turn going to the washers. I could pay the cable bill this week. You could pay the light bill the next week.
Yes, light below it.
We in this together.
We are in this together.
Yes, and I think this, if we learn to establish this in the country, I think we'd be on the right track. But until then, we have a lot of work. I want to say thanks to Marcus Love.
Yes, sir.
And Princess for coming to do this, because
Yes.
y'all give us a inside view on the topic,
Yes.
and y'all explain it perfectly. And
Thank you.
I'm real happy to have you on, Princess, because on the female side, you see, females call.
Yes.
And this is a
Yes.
live show.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you said some things that they know reflects to them.
Yes, yes.
All right? So don't get your boyfriend anger. No, if you know he is a guy who totes a firearm. What you need to do is try to get yourself out. And if you still
Agreed,
love him,
agreed.
encourage him to put down the gun and go into a small business. All right?
Yes.
If he's selling drugs and that's his only income, and you love him and you feel that you want to be with him, well, encourage him to try go start a small business and look for a different opportunity. And then if you love this guy who's a bad boy armed robber, let him know that you're shooting and killing people, that it's wrong. Or you're robbing people who ain't
Yes,
getting nothing.
yes,
So what
yes.
sense you being an armed robber, robbing people who only get a little 200 grand by super wallet to rob somebody, or going to rob Marcus, going to his car, to take Marcus' car.
Yes,
Marcus
yes.
just worked for over 2 years just to get this car.
Yes, yes.
COVID-19
Come on.
March, just 2
Finally-
years.
finally got a car.
Right? I just buy one battery. That scrub the $70, $80. You're breaking my car, stealing my battery, live down the road from me, and you're going to sell the battery for $10?
Yes.
You
They
think
might-
I'm
and
a
they might
fella?
send it right back to you. That's the thing.
And this is what we come to in the country? Come
Yes.
on, man. You can't pray on those who are less fortunate, man. Stop praying on one another. We stop praying on one another in this country. And you guys who are doing this little petty stealing and stuff, man, you guys.
Got to stop
you have
it.
to-
Yeah,
you have
y'all
to
got to
stop.
stop it because y'all ain't making no sense, man.
Yes.
Listen to me. Like, they say you ain't condoning nothing. If it's armed robbery, you say it's armed robbery, this is your
Yes.
field.
Yes.
And you get these big AK-47.
Yes.
Listen to me. Go rob Central Bank.
Like, be smart about it.
Go be smart so when you hit this, you're gonna
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You can tie you off for that.
If you sold
Like
this
it.
and you sold that, don't go rob the old man who got a convenience
Yeah,
store and he makes
shiny
$600,
hat
$700. He got his grandchildren to take
Yes.
care of, his wife to take care of, and all these bills and stuff, or somebody who get his, come on, man,
Yeah.
brothers.
And another
Blah.
thing too, some of these men, stop allowing your wood to make you a slave.
Yes.
You say, saying, just because a female look good, walk in the streets and she attract you, that don't mean you should go right there and say, hey, I can put my seed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't take care of yourself,
if you can't maintain it, leave it alone.
don't try
Yes.
burden this woman down
Yeah.
with your poverty. Give her baby, then
Yes.
leave her there stranded.
And then she got to be a single mother.
And then
Yes.
she have to be a single mother in society.
we break up.
She
After
only give
get
you a chance because
abused.
you swinger. She only
Right.
give you a chance because
Yes.
your
Yes.
talks was so
Right.
good. The swinger, you know what I
And
mean?
then
So
when she get-
fellas, you got to do better, man.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what our society is, keep on going back in the circle,
Yes.
circle. Keep on.
Yes, and it's a repeat.
Yeah.
And that's why for single women, it's hard. It's really hard for them. But, you know what I mean? Once they keep it together and represent the thing, because a lot of single women pull through.
Yes.
The society to write them off. I've known a lot of females who society write off,
Yes,
literally
yes.
write off.
Yeah.
And they had baby at a young age. But if you see them today, and
Yes.
if they tell you their story, you will be so shocked.
surprised.
Yes. Yes. Wow, it's amazing. I would like to say thanks again to Princess and
Thank
Margaret.
you.
Thank you.
But I just want to say this. Your boyfriend, sir, mister, you have a good woman. All right?
Thank you.
And
Thank
to
you.
your girlfriend, whoever she is, you have a good man.
Yes.
Try to make it work because guess what? You could go and like somebody else, but guess what? It's going to be hell because
Listen.
that person was for you
Yes.
and you let it slip.
Yes.
And when you let that slip, they say, in a lifetime you might have one or two good people come in your life.
Yes,
You
yes.
need hundreds, but only one or two or three really
Yes,
will send them
exactly,
from God to
exactly.
be your compatible.
That's right, that's
and
right.
sometimes we run those who care about us
Yes.
the most, and we end up getting something less, and then it leads to destruction
Yes.
and unhappiness, and a lot of, like you said, a lot of broken people.
Yes.
Getting in a relationship with other broken people, and when they do find true love, they don't accept it because they have been abused so much in
Yes,
different
yes.
relationships, man and woman. They just throw it away, and then it's right back to square zero again. All right. So I want to say thanks to Marcus.
Thank you, thank
and
you, thank you.
Princess.
Thank you.
For doing a wonderful job on the show.
Yes, sir.
We even have a caller calling right now. But call up. We completely out of time.
Yes.
So to all those listening, I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week on Inside the Inner City. I'm your host, Valentino Brown, a.k.a. Scooch Your Scrooge. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
On Guiding Radio,
Okay.
96.9
This is
FM.
powerful.
Bro. Boy, I from Dayton, bro. Don't take no back talk, no bribe or no joke. If you find fire, you definitely find smoke. Dayton, bro. Boy, I from Dayton.